Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, boys and girls, animals, anyone and everyone, aliens, people from around the universe and the planet, because this show's that popular, right? Welcome to another live edition of the Highbury Squad. It's a Kevin Says with a Kevin twist today. You guys are going to be my co-hosts. And that is sometimes just the way we like it. Here we go, everyone. It's the eve before Leicester versus Arsenal. We want 3 points in the bag. Let's go.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform. Please stand clear of the discussion doors. The next stop is Highbury Squad.
Good evening, boys and girls. The next stop is indeed Highbury Squad. Please stand clear of the closing doors. Do not let the door hit your little tush on the way out. Here I am. I salute you. At ease, everyone. Welcome. It's Friday night. Friday night. I remember that song from... do you remember Friday night's gonna be all right, it's gonna be right, it's gonna be all right now, baby. That was a Fame song. God, most of you probably too young. There's a few of you in the chat who remember the TV show Fame, which was epic. Thank you, Tony. Thank you very much. A little light refreshment this Friday. In my NYPD cup. Beautiful. Welcome to the show, everyone. What, am I a bit risque? Oh no, do I need to do my button up? I guess I should do my button up. I'm a bit risque according to who? Who was that? Dennis. I don't know if he's talking about my shirt or my singing. Good evening to my favorite humans in the house. Turn your mic up a bit. Jesus Christ. There we go. How about that? Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How's that going? Oh, shit. I am flashing. Jesus H. Good Greek Orthodox girl like me should not be flashing. How does that sound to you now? Is that acceptable? Tried to turn down my volume because of Kev, but maybe when Kev's not here, I should turn the input a little bit higher. You guys let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. Kev is on assignment, Leicester City fan. He had enough of you last night, by the way. No, jokes aside. Kev is working tonight, but he's here. Trust me. It's Kevin Says, but it's Kevin's Friday Thoughts that we're going to have today. All right? You know Kev, he comes prepared. I've got the videos ready. You guys are my co-hosts this evening, right? So let's see. He wears what he wants. He does. I mean, what was that blue about yesterday? Trevor, we can hear you loud and clear now, Sophie. That's fantastic. Shawnee, we love you, Sophie. Ah, I love the Squaddies. I do. Oh, Squaddies, I love you. We made it to another end of the week, you guys. How you doing? How's everyone doing? Mentally, physically, philosophically, how's everyone doing? I want to share something with you guys. You know me. I love our show. We talk football, but we also have these little segments where we talk about life and what's going on and all that jazz, right? And I wanted to... Taib, hey, do you want another yellow card? I got the book ready. I haven't made a booking all week other than the Leicester City fan, Sidan. Oh, Sidan, oh, Sidan, oh, Sidan. But I'm ready to hand out yellow cards tonight. I really am. Nova Scotia. Love a little bit of the edge of the earth right there on the East Coast in Nova Scotia. Good evening from Southgate, North London. Let me know where in the world you are, by the way. I know, just book him, right? I'm just peachy, says Lone Star. I love that. Let's see. Right. I wanted to share something with you, yeah? So life has its ups and its downs, and no matter what happens in the world, Vinny's about to go crazy because the UPS man is here. And in 3, 2, 1. Wow. Way to make your mum look really bad, Vinny. That is epic. UPS man comes, nothing from Vinny. Unbelievable. Crazy. Good evening to South Africa. The clocks go back. Yes, Benjamin White was in training. All good, all good. Callum saved us. Fine. Charlotte, good evening to you. Good afternoon, sorry, in Charlotte. Bookham Dano. I used to love that show. Da, 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 da. I like the bit when it goes da, 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 da. Anyway, stop. Trinidad and Tobago. Love it. Let's see. Virginia, she's doing well. Pumped up for tomorrow. Taib's always in trouble. Our Leicester City fan. Let's go easy on him today because we're going to go hard on them tomorrow, aren't we, people? Yes. Come on, the Arsenal. All right. Hawaii Five-0, best television show, best theme tunes. We should do that show one time, right? The best theme tunes ever. Hawaii Five-0 has got to be up there as one of the greatest ever television theme tunes of all time. Absolute classic. Right, I wanted to share a human thing with you. All right. So this week, I lost one of my favorite aunties in the whole wide world. And when you lose someone who's been has an impact on your life in so many ways, you want to make sure that their legacy lives on and that, you know, you share how wonderful and beautiful they were. This is my auntie, Andrulla, and she grew up in the same city, town, village, as we call them in Cyprus, as my mum. This is my mum's first cousin. And she moved to London with my mum when they were both 17 years old. They wanted to be teachers and they left Cyprus for a better opportunity and moved to London. And she was a really awesome, awesome human being. She had the best smile ever. And when I was younger, all I wanted to do was go and hang out at my auntie Jordani's house and my auntie Andrulla's house. And I just wanted to send out my love and condolences to my cousins Anna and Maria and her wonderful grandchildren, the whole family. Just an incredible human being. Had a great innings, 84 years old, but still super healthy, and unfortunately passed away very suddenly. So it's been really difficult for the family. I will tell you one very quick story. So if you look at the picture of her there on the left, it looks like a movie star, right? When they were younger, my mum and my aunt, they went to this wedding, this Greek wedding back in London back in the day. And there was a table full of young Greek men and there was a table full of young Greek women. And it was at the wedding of my godparents, actually, which is really bizarre. And my dad's table was voting on who was the hottest chick on the other table, and my mum's table was voting on who was the hottest dude on the other table. And my auntie was with my mum, and it really weirdly, the men's table picked my mum as the cutest and the women's table picked my dad as the cutest, and they had to dance together. And that's how my mum and dad met and fell in love. And my auntie was a huge part of that. And she and my mum were like so tight. They went everywhere together, did everything together when they were growing up and finding their feet as young women. Think of that, 17 years old back in the 50s, leaving your family in a place like Cyprus, which at that point was very claustrophobic and family driven. As you can imagine, women weren't really allowed to kind of do what they wanted. And these two fierce, fearless women who've completely inspired me just got on a plane and went to England to find, you know, magic, and they certainly did. So I appreciate all of your wonderful sentiments. It's totally typical Greeks. You know, it was really a joy just growing up with her. She had the most amazing smile, as I said, and I just loved hanging out with them. So my thoughts are with everybody, and I love you guys very much. I'm going to clip this for you, send it to the family. And, you know, I hope you guys are all okay out there too. I know it's not been an easy time for a lot of people. We get messages a lot from you guys about love, loss, happiness. Keep them coming. We're always here for you, thehighburysquad@gmail.com. And, you know, that's the beauty about life, right? That we have each other to talk about it. I know it's a fantastic story. I absolutely love that story about how my mum and dad met. Really awesome, you know. So thank you very much for all your, yes, smash a plate in her honor. I tell you, we love to have a good party. Oh my gosh, I wish I could invite all you guys to one of my family parties, because it is absolutely epic, and really just a wonderful, joyous occasion of just enjoying life and people, you know. No harm, no foul, no agenda, just enjoying the beauty of life and stuff. So thanks very much for letting me share that with you guys. As you guys know, we love to do the live stuff here on the Highbury Squad. Right. We do have a game tomorrow. You know, we did the tactical squad yesterday, and this was the squad that James put up, which I think most of you agreed with, right? They are. Greek weddings are awesome. The food's always awesome. I will definitely hit you up, Universal Greek. We're going to be meeting for a beer very time soon. And salute, absolutely, with a little bit of Uzoretsina, Zivania, you name it, we got it. This was the team that James put up. We got Nuno, we got Gabriel, we got Rambo 2.0, we got Benjamin, Takahiro, Tomiyasu, Double T, as you guys know I like to call him. We got Sambi bouncing back from a horrific performance against Crystal Palace to really boss it in the game against Villa. We got Lacazette in that 10 role. We have, of course, Thomas Partey, Saka, Aubameyang, and Smith Rowe. James Johnson in the house. This was the team that James picked, and most of you agreed with him. Hello, Cliff. Welcome to the party. I hope you are well. So, why don't we start off with Kev's video? He's broken it down for us. It's not Kevin says, it's Kevin's thoughts. And you guys, as my co-hosts, are going to let me know what you think of Kevin's thoughts. And of course, as you guys know, please hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Hello, Static. Can I do an American accent? Yo, dude, where's my hamburger? I asked for grilled onions, not raw onions, fucker. Wow, the emotions. We start off solemn, we go here, and clearly my buttons are popping, so I need to button some stuff up. What a hot mess, or just a mess. You guys decide. Right, how about we kick in with Kev's video, and then you guys, as my co-hosts, can help me. Oh, come on, was it that bad? Wait, what the heck? Hold on one second, you guys. You know, thoughts number one. I know. Wait, is that my accent? Yeah, I know it was bad. Hamburger. Yeah, I know. Anyway, why don't we move to Kev's video, all right? Who's ready to co-host with me? Let's go. This is Highbury Squad. It's Kevin's thoughts on a Friday. And my goodness, he recorded this on Dickie-Bo Thursday, so you know what that means.
Hi, Sophie and the Squaddies. Salute you all and at ease. Obviously, there's no Kev says, there's no Kev says, so these are my Friday thoughts. So it's a new segment for you all to chop it up and discuss. So let's get into it, Squaddies. There is still 3 things, but it's about the Leicester game. And number 1 is, listen, this is another challenge for this Arsenal side, this young Arsenal team. And they've got to overcome it. If ever you want to get to the top, there is always a series of hurdles, obstacles that you have to get over, under, through, around, you know, whatever. You have to overcome them. And this is another one. Obviously, this Leicester side has found a bit of form. And this is a real good test for us. You know, we need to play better, and I'll be a lot happier playing 4-4-2 away at Leicester. Nice and solid, and we have our front 2, which I'm going to get to. So that's number 1. I'll be a lot happier with a solid performance. Number 2 is our best chance to really do something this season, I believe, is having Aubameyang and Lacazette as a front 2. I think that that know-how they've got. They get along with each other. They like each other. It's like, you know, the football brain, the mental telepathy as a front two. I know it. I know all about that. Obviously, playing in a front two with so many quality players. Obviously, notably Alan Smith and Ian Wright at Arsenal. It's what we need. It really is what we need. I think it's so important that we keep these two players playing together. And you see Lacazette's qualities, you know, linking the play, doing a lot of the dirty work that many people don't respect. But you know what? As a striker myself, I see it and I respect it because Lacazette does it, doesn't complain. And I think them two up top together is going to be a handful for any defence, if I'm honest with you. So that's number two. You let me know your thoughts on that one as well. And number three is Lokonga as Thomas Partey's midfield partner. Obviously, we saw Lokonga when he came off the bench against Palace, didn't have a particularly good time. But against Villa, that was a lot more like it. I thought he was excellent. Beside Thomas Partey, who I thought was immense on the night. But here's another challenge. It's away from home. And it's against a really good Leicester side who have got a really good midfield. So it's, can I be better than my opposition, my opponent? Can we be better as a team? And can I be better personally against my direct opponent? It might be Tielemans. Partey might have to go up against, obviously, who knows who the midfielders, but, you know, usually they are a very strong midfield, aren't they? You know, so again, I don't want to even concentrate on the opposition. I want to look at Arsenal. And I think it's time for Lokonga to, obviously, have picked. I don't see why he won't be picked, to really nail down that position beside Thomas Partey. And hopefully we can get a win. You know, people talking about a draw, you know, would we be happy with a draw? No, I want to win. If I'm honest with you, I want to win. I don't want to draw. But if in the end it turned out to be a draw, okay. But I want to win this game. Leicester are beatable. We know they do carry a threat, which is why we have this back five in place. You know, we've seen it before. If you've got a good defence and a good goalkeeper, you know, you got to rely on them to keep the opposition out while we could sneak one and win the game 1-0. So I'll take a 1-0 to the Arsenal. Thank you very much. 1-0 to the Arsenal. Although there might be a couple of goals in it, but I'll take a 1-0 to the Arsenal. Any win will do me. Squaddies, Sophie, look after yourself. Can't be with you because I'm working. I'm on radio. So I salute you, Squaddies. And at ease, everyone.
We got to talk about the blue thing. Remember, he was an Evertonian and he is an Everton legend. So the blue does play into that. So don't think of it as the enemy across the way in North London, right? I know Newman said, how hard is it to find a red dicky bow? But as he said to you yesterday on the show, I'll wear what I want. I'll wear what I want. I'm Kevin Campbell. I wear what I want. All right, let's do this one by one, shall we? Performance. Talk to me, you guys. Do you think tomorrow is more about performance or result? Because early on in the season, we kept saying we need to build results to create a consistency that can then lead to performances. And I think once you start playing teams like Leicester, you climb higher up the table in terms of your opponent. I think performances become really important. We saw a very good 35-minute performance against Tottenham. We saw a sublime all-round performance against Aston Villa. We snatched a point against a terrible Norwich, who haven't won in the league yet. We snatched a point against a Burnley, who haven't won a game in the league yet. And we almost escaped against Crystal Palace, a last gasp winner from Lacazette. And the Brighton game was ugly, let's face it, right? So let's get to you guys. Lone Star says result. Let me know as well, because Kev will say, well, tell me why. Why is it more important for the result versus the performance? Is it because of the opponent? For example, is it okay to just beat Norwich and get the 3 points and have zero performance, but yet there's such a crap team? Shouldn't the performance be better than that? At some point, you have to have one or the other, or like Mr. Waffles says, Mr. Waffles is back, everybody, making his return to the Highbury squad. Why not both? Jaffa says result 100% against a side like Leicester. I totally understand that, because if we want to keep up with trying to get ourselves into Europe somehow, should we fail in the domestic cups, I think that's gonna work. Sort your hat. What do you mean? It's Ralph Lauren. What do you want me to sort about it? You don't like it? What is it you don't like about it? Maybe it's the fringe, Let me know. Let me know what displeases you, Wayne Newman. Taib would like both. Virginia would like both. Ayusham would like a result. Dimitri says performance. Brendan says result. Armchair says London is blue. Hamid says result. Universal Greek, Bruised Banana, totally. Here we go. Where do we go from here? Wayne should be ashamed to use my name. Hi, regular Squaddies. Yes, and we've got a lot of new subscribers. In fact, you guys, since the end of May, beginning of June, we've added 3,800 new subscribers on YouTube, which is incredible. So thank you to everyone who's joined us, subscribed, and become part of the squad. BX Gunner says, how about a good result with a solid performance? This is what I'm talking about. I'd love to marry the two together. Last season when we went to King Power Stadium, do you guys remember? We were under the cosh. No one expected us to do anything. We were being vilified by everybody. We were a dartboard once again. Everyone was talking about the shaming of the Arsenal. Willian was dominating the headlines. We were all at loggerheads over Arteta, Willian, why he kept pushing him and playing him. And then we go to the King Power and Pepe and Willian put on a masterclass and we win 3-1. It was unbelievable. Leicester have had a lot of injuries. They've got some of those injuries now coming back. They've got Johnny Evans back. They've got James Maddison back. Maddison has started poorly this season. He got a goal a couple of weeks ago. He's kind of finding his feet again. Brendan Rodgers was under fire. They made some really good signings. Daka is a super talented player who you could tell they're molding to kind of take over Jamie Vardy when he hangs his boots up. So again, going into games like Tottenham, Leicester over the last couple seasons, people have written us off, and yet there we are getting results even when we're a really poor team. I think you'd all agree that this season, this team is a lot better than the team that went into King Power last season. So you have to say to yourself, I think we're at that point where we're not having any excuses. Saka laka daka. Now you remind me of Team America, Taib, when they're chasing, when they're, the Tom Cruise lookalike. I'm heading north on Laka Daka Daka Street. Great movie. A result puts us 5th. This is huge, you guys. I think this game is bigger than some people are making out to be. We go into the Christmas period, and let's be honest, the old Arsenal, even under Wenger, don't know why, but we never really got great results in late October, November, early December. Around the Christmas period, it was okay. But then once kind of the end of January, February, March hits, we go on this run. We go on this incredible run. It would be great to reverse that and turn it on its head and go into these next few weeks where we're going to face, a Newcastle team that has new ownership, but they're going to be the same crap team. Let's be honest. They're not going to make any signings till January. There's no excuses. We've got to beat Newcastle. Watford humiliated Kevin's former team, Everton. But you've got to say that the Arsenal have to beat Watford. We also face Liverpool. That's going to be an insane test at Anfield. And a lot of people are expecting us to get a drubbing, and we don't usually do well there in the last few seasons. And that's the one that we're expecting to say, okay, a loss there will be a loss. But to pick up the points around that fixture, and then, of course, on December 2nd or 3rd, I think it is, we face Manchester United as well. So we've got some big games coming up, And it's important that we get results from these types of fixtures. Izzy says Leicester's, I like the way you spelled Leicester, is horribly overrated. Oh, come on. Tillemans is on fire right now, Izzy. He's actually a huge danger man. Huge danger man. He's been on fire. He scored some insane goals. I think you're being a little bit unfair right there. Malaysian Gooner, I don't care about scoreline tomorrow as long as we bag all 3 points. I think this is the one where I would sacrifice a performance and want to see some type of progression, right? But we're away from home, get the result. And I know some people will say, oh, Soph, you're being too conservative. I'd be happy with a draw against Leicester. I just don't think it's a game we could lose. You know what I mean? I think it's one of those. 200 plus of you in live chat. Please do hit that like button if you hate Tottenham. Hit that like button if you're enjoying the fact that Harry Kane's only scored 1 goal in the Premier League. And hit that like button if you do not want Super Kevin Campbell to broke your neck when he's back tomorrow after the Leicester game. And of course, Vinny Vieira, named after the legend that is Patrick Vieira. Hit that like button for little Vinny. All right, let's get some more of your comments in here. Demsec, by the way, I got your videos. We're going to show those during the international break. Epic. So you guys, during the international break, I told you guys I've shared a little of my personal life with you. Now you've got to share with me. I've got some great photos from all of you. If you want to be part of that, if you have pictures of you wearing an Arsenal kit, if you have pictures from being a kid, anything like fun, I showed pictures of me with an emu. The Highbury Squad at gmail.com, the Highbury Squad at gmail.com. We're going to be sharing all of those. Demsec put some videos together for, well, you'll see it next week. I'll share it with you. We're starting to see a new team. The sub-bar players are not playing or gone. This is why I didn't want to get too excited about the Carabao Cup. Because if you have to start relying on those players in the league, if there's injuries, it's not going to progress as well. We need Gabriel. We need Benjamin White. We need Nuno or Tierney. We need Takahiro Tomiyasu. We need Ramsdale. We need Partey. We need Lokonga. We need Oba. We need Lacazette. We need Saka. We need Emile Smith-Rowe. We need those players. Because the truth is still, as we're rebuilding the squad, you guys, the supporting cast, barring a Martinelli, barring a couple of others, isn't that great. Now, when AFCON comes around, Martinelli's going to get his chance. Nuno's going to get more of a chance. Maitland-Niles is going to get more of a chance. I'm not saying Nuno's going to get more of a chance. Kieran Tierney's Scottish, of course, but with Tierney's injury, he's prone to injury. He's going to get opportunities, right? The midfield is the biggest concern. So the January transfer window, whether it's a buy or a loan, is going to become significant. So there's these concerns that are coming, which is why it's so important that I agree with a lot of you that have said points make prizes tomorrow. I don't care if we play crap. Getting the points before some of our key players go to AFCON, I think, is going to be the key here. Let's see. Wayne says Brendan Rodgers will get tactics right. Well, let's hope that he's more Leicester pre-season, earlier season than now. BX Gunner, Leicester squad and fans will be up for the challenge. I mean, we get pretty good results against Leicester. We do. New signings in January are a must. Yep. Dennis says Jamie Vardy's going to need an extra Red Bull tomorrow. I agree. Demsec says, Sophie, it feels the turning point. We need some more depth. 100% depth. And you know what? When January comes, because AFCON is going to be Jan 9 and right through February 22nd, I think. So you got to say that if you're going to be part of the squads, you got to leave really at the new year. So, and if some of our players are playing for teams that go deep into the competition, we're going to be losing them. And then you have to say, okay, like the Euros, when Saka came back, right, needs some time off. It's a very tricky situation and we need to be prepared for it for sure. Okay, we're going to turn the king power into the gunfire. I like that. Let's see. Kang Kewen Sorry if I've pronounced that incorrectly. Leicester's not an easy team to beat. Daka, I'm telling you, he's special. And Tillemans, I agree with you. This is not going to be an easy game. So we've got to be prepared for it. Hit it, kiss it, nut it on the way out and on the way in. Mel Malaysia, Leicester bottled that's at the end of the season. Right now, we're not even mid-season. We're getting to that point. So getting a result against them again the same way we did last season is absolutely key. They did ruin Manchester United at home, but let me ask you this. And you guys know how critical I've been of Arteta. Are we better coach, though, than Manchester United? I think we are. I think we are. And I said, and I got killed for it, that Benjamin White has the potential to be better than Harry Maguire. And I wasn't joking when I said that and people killed me for it. I think we have a better partnership at the back. I think, Luke Shaw shines for England, but I'm sorry. I don't mean this to sound disrespectful, but as an athlete, he looks really just overweight. I'm sorry. Like women are looked at in Hollywood all the time. Oh, she has a spare tire. Oh, she's overweight or this and that. Luke Shaw looks a mess. He looks a mess in his uniform, his kit, And I agree with you, Virginia. He's so overrated. He has a few good games for England and then they act like he's this messiah, like he's Ferdinand or something, and he's far from that. Our right back, a lot better than Wan-Bissaka. Would you rather have Tomiyasu? I think most United fans would rather have our right back right now. I think Thomas Partey would make the Man United midfield right now. So I think that we've got better options to combat Leicester in key positions than Manchester United did, because I do believe that we've got better preparation for it. And I think that we have better talent for it that is emerging in this squad. Call me crazy. I know. It's crazy. Harry Maguire's a busted flush. Yeah. All right, let's get to the second question, shall we? Because you know me, I spend way too much time on one subject and I haven't had a lot of sleep. So please forgive me if I'm waffling. Where's Mr. Waffles when I need him? Yeah, I think he is. He's won a trophy. He won his final. Ole's missed the boat. I mean, we whiffed on our semi-final against Unai, and Unai has scored Arteta and Ole. But if you're going to pick one over the other, even if you're not Arteta fan, I think you choose Arteta for sure. Let's see. We'll talk about that at the very end. I know a lot of you are upset about it, so we have to address it. Why am I crazy? What did I do? I think listen, Man United on paper are a better team than us, but I would rather have Arteta as a coach than Ole as a coach. You've got Sancho, Rashford, Greenwood, Cavani, Ronaldo, Varane, De Gea. I mean, and you can't make that work. Pogba, you can't make that work. Come on now. Call me crazy. I'm crazy. Right. Our best chance to finish in European spots or do anything this season, as Kev said, is if Aubameyang and Lacazette play together. Well, what are we going to do about this Lacazette situation? Are we going to let him go in January to get something back, or are we going to let him go for a free, or are we going to extend his contract? For me, when I see Aubameyang with the players and I see how they respond to him and I see what he does on the pitch, and you have moments where they respond to him like this, he's the leader. He's the guy. The younger players look up to him. The senior players look up to him. There's a great reverse image of this too, where you see the players' faces going up to Lacazette as well. He was the difference maker in the last 2 or 3 games. He has been nothing short of a professional. He's never complained. He's never gone public. He's never said anything negative about the club or the manager. He's just put his head down and he's done the business. And when you look at the marketplace today, you guys, and you see what is out there, right? And what is available based on the value of players, right? Who we can attract without European football, January transfer window, especially being a hard task for us to bring in specific players that we know will arc the current squad that we've built from the summer transfer window. It is not easy, right? So what do you guys think about it? Let's, yeah, this photo tells me that he's a leader. Laka should, oh, come on, Martin. That's disrespectful, no? Laka, they want Lacazette to stay too. Absolutely. Yep, totally. Public, it is a great pick. When you look at this, we can tie down Laka to contract regardless so we get decent value in the summer. Guys, if we're going to offer... Okay, we couldn't sell Xhaka at his highest value. His commodity was so high. And let's be honest, players are human, but they're also commodities, right? They're high risk, low risk. They have high value, market value, low value, depending on form. And after Xhaka had the incredible Euros that he did, we couldn't even sell him for optimal price. We couldn't. No, Roma were the only ones that really wanted him, and everybody else wasn't willing to pay easily what I thought was a $20 million player after the performances he put in for Switzerland. So when fans think that we're going to be able to sell him for more in the summer, it's crazy. We should have sold him when we had the opportunity to do so. Was that his highest value? No. But if you're not offering his highest value even after those performances, then you've got to ask yourself, what is his value? And a lot of people don't think it's much. And that's because of reputation. And that's also because of how we've been in the transfer market, and that we're rebuilding our own reputation as a club in the transfer market, right? So with Lacazette, I just think that knowing how fiscally challenged we are, knowing that we're building a young team, we need experience. And we all talk about experience all the time, don't we? Surrounding the Sakas, the Emil Smith-Rowes, the Lokongas, the Ben Whites, you know, the Azizis or the Baloguns. You know, Aziz is on loan right now, but the Baloguns and all of these younger players with some type of backbone. Lacazette, to me, provides that ultimate backbone because he's a leader on the pitch and off the pitch. Xhaka, they say, is a leader in the dressing room and around the club and everything, and I've seen that. But in games, he lets us down. Lacazette in games rarely lets us down. And I kind of agree with Kev about Oba thriving when Laka's on the pitch. Energy's different, emotion's different, tenacity's different. His apathy is out. His apathetic attitude goes out the window. And I think that they provide a nucleus and a backbone, but Oba can't do it without Laka. Laka can do it without Oba on the pitch. So the two of them together, I think, are a much better force. Let's see what you think. Let's see. Yeah, he's reckless. That's the difference. Mr. Waffles, I think Laka deserves better than sitting on the bench as a super sub. I think in this team, when we're looking at experience and quality that we need, why bother trying something different right now? Extend his contract for a year or two. It's going to cost you, what, 40 million plus to go get another striker. You've already put your eggs in the Aubameyang contract basket, right? And now you're starting to get goals from other areas of the pitch, and that has to improve. ESR's got to score more. Saka's got to score more. And midfield has to score more. Maybe Thomas Partey breaking the duck. That opens up, you know, his ability to have a bit more confidence in front of goal as well. So for me, I think that when we're fiscally challenged, why not put your eggs in the Lacazette basket right now? Virginia says we'll replace him in the summer transfer window, Martin. We need an upgrade. Are you talking about Lacazette? For me, it's got to be a player like Marcus Thuram. It's got to be the guy from Sevilla. You got to, and that's not going to be cheap. That will be another buyout clause similar to Thomas Partey, which won't be bad if we can get him for 40, 45 million. But remember, guys, there's a big difference between being a top goal scorer in La Liga and translating that to the Premier League. And we're going to be competing now with Newcastle as well in the transfer market, which completely changes things. Gabriel is the leader, Laka the cheerleader. Gabriel is leadership quality. He's going to evolve into becoming the ultimate leader. But he leads by example. I think there's a big difference. Laka will want 200K and two. Yeah, I know. All right. So we got to be willing to say, get rid of him in January then for something. Why wait till the summer and let him go for nothing? Eventually, we will let Xhaka go for nothing. We just always let people go for nothing. And I don't think that's smart business at all. I don't know if he would do that. I mean, at his age, this is his last big contract, right? So he wants to maximize that opportunity, and I totally get it. Matty K, if we come fourth this season, how are our fickle fans going to react? Well, we'll get to that. There were plenty of shows for that, Matty K. When Arsenal go sign a player, we usually got to pay extra because other clubs don't know that we got the money. But this is the point, that the Suarez plus £1 destroyed our reputation in the transfer market. And only now are we correcting and fixing that. That's the difference. You know what I mean? Wayne says we best hold up a player like Laka, brings so many players into the... Yeah, I mean, you know, there's a reason why Cavani works at... I think United have got it wrong. Ronaldo's an amazing player, but there's a difference between Cavani and Ronaldo. And look what Cavani was able to add to United last season. They finished second in the Premier League. Ronaldo's created problems there. He doesn't like to press. He's not going to track back. It's totally changed the dynamic of the team, but their defense is also crap. Let's be honest. And their midfield, Fred and McTominay. Fred and McTominay, let me say this boldly, they would not make the Arsenal midfield. Do you guys agree with me on that? Fred and McTominay would never make it into Arsenal's midfield. How about them apples? Everyone's always saying, which Arsenal players would make the top 6 teams? Well, let me tell you something. Fred and McTominay would never, ever make Arsenal's midfield right now. They are so average. It's crazy. Right. What's next? Agree 100%. Thank you. Demsec agrees also. 100%. I agree with you. They're behind Maitland-Niles. Totally. McFred. Oh, my God. Now I want a McRib. You know the McRib is back here in the US. What is that made of? Like carpet? Samurai swords? So good though, isn't it? Sometimes you got to be bad. Feels good to be bad, doesn't it? Okay. We can't keep Laka. I know. But why can't we? Why are we going to do this again? Why are we going to let a player go for pittance? Why? Why have we not addressed this earlier? And who do we think can come in and do a job? Again, climatized, new player, you know, jumping into a squad. Why not? Sometimes it's better the devil you know than the devil you don't. So, I don't know. It's a tough one. He scores great goals and he scores when it matters. And I think the key, Martin, is what people don't appreciate is what he does off the ball and on the ball. He's one of those unsung heroes, underappreciated players. He is essential. Look at the last few games, Dennis. The way we play, the way we need to play, we don't have a really good ball hold, someone who holds up the ball. We've got Emile Smith-Rowe who takes the ball beautifully. We've got Odegaard who can caress the ball and make a pass, but we do not have a ball holder up front. This is what he does. This is the difference that he's made. That's where Lacazette brings huge value. He's not average. In this, okay, mate, look at this. In this squad, he's not average. In this squad, Xhaka's not average. In this squad, Odegaard's not average. Aubameyang's not average. They may be average in other areas of football and squads, but for this squad, they work. I think that's the separation that we need to look at. And in this squad, He works, and I agree. We could do a lot worse than Lacazette. His hustle, his tenacity. Well said, Los Angeles. All of this. Raid, Sophie, understand this. Ober and Laka work together because they're not complete strikers. Yeah, put them together, but they work really well together, right? We do need a new striker. I do not disagree with this at all. I wanted Tammy Abraham. I wanted Lukaku. Not going to get those players. Not going to happen. Marcus Thuram, for me, is the one that has a mix of Kevin Campbell, Righty, Aubameyang, and Lacazette. If you don't know much about Marcus Thuram, please go watch his highlights. That dude is a predator in front of goal. That's what I would like to be doing. I know we're talking about this guy from Sevilla and stuff like that, but Marcus Thuram has more of that, I don't know. He's got a little bit of naughtiness about him too, which I like. Not spitting in people's faces. That I do not like that. That's never a good thing. Everyone's all hot on this guy right now all of a sudden. Embolo from Mönchengladbach. I would pick Thuram all over him all day long. Our good friend Kevin Hatchard, who's been on the show, and we'll get him back on as well. I know he's injured right now, but I'm talking like nothing's going to happen overnight, right? Yes, he is Lilian Thuram's son. Yep. He is Lilian Thuram's son, and he is epic. He's a great player. Really good. Balogun's got to go on loan. He couldn't even get minutes, you guys, playing in the Carabao Cup. That's a problem. Right, let's get on to Kev's last question. Lokonga versus Partey. By the way, I've only had 2 hours sleep, so if I sound a little sluggish today, it's because I have a lack of sleep. But I'm sure I will catch up on it before I have to get up at 4:30 a.m. tomorrow to watch our beloved Arsenal play Leicester City, the Foxes, at the King Power Stadium. The show will be live immediately after the final whistle. We get to hug again and hopefully wax lyrical about our club on another win. Let's keep that run going. Lokonga and Partey. You heard what Kev said, right? What do you guys think about Lokonga and Partey? We need to establish partnerships, which is what's lacked in the Arsenal for a number of seasons. Partnerships are really important. Chemistry is really important. And Gabriel and Benjamin, calling him Benjamin makes me feel like it's a nursery rhyme, but he likes being called Benjamin. It's a good job his last name doesn't start with J. Just saying. Benjamin White and Gabriel are forming a partnership. Super Kev, you missed the video. Super Kev left you guys a video, Shady, and he'll be back after the game tomorrow, and he'll be back next week. But we played Kev's video, which was Kevin's thoughts versus Kevin Says and the questions on the game against Leicester tomorrow. And his last thought was Lokonga Partey. What do you guys think about this partnership? I think Gabriel and Benjamin are building a partnership, and now we need a partnership in midfield. Every really good club has good partnerships in midfield. Look at Manchester City, look at Liverpool, look at Chelsea, look what Tuchel's done since Lampard left, re-establishing certain players who had experience to come in with the younger players. Now he's reinforced Hudson-Odoi. You got Loftus-Cheek back. You know, there's a mix, there's a vibe. You've got to have a little bit of a mosh pit of all of those things come together. Let me get some of your thoughts here. Boy says, Sambi and Partey midfield is exactly what I wanted from the start of the season. Virginia says, Partey needs a partner. Lokonga is his backup. They're too similar. So how do we explain then of the performance against Villa, Virginia? I mean, I get it. He's supposed to be his backup, but what if he can be his partner? What if that was the initial reasoning, but, you know, now they can become partners and maybe we go back into the transfer market in January, or Maitland-Niles can be the backup. That makes sense to me, but as we know, Maitland-Niles doesn't want to be a backup. He wants to start. Under a reasonable manager, Lokonga and Partey are supposed to be the standard, and undoubtedly Emil Smith-Rowe has to play. Well, yeah, he'll play in front of them, right? I think we've got, and we've shown a recipe for how that can work. Let's see. Yeah, low on sleep. Mo, Sambian party is the partnership, but Xhaka... I mean, once Xhaka comes back, if he just puts him back into the team, it's not going to be till January. But the problem is we're going to lose Thomas to AFCON. So it makes sense that Xhaka would come back into the side. Hopefully Maitland-Niles will still be there. And if we do want to sell him, we don't do that till the summer. It's going to be interesting to see how that works out. I don't know. I mean, to me, I think they can work. They make Simi nervous. We know that Xhaka can't defend, but let's be honest, he's also been good. His mistakes are glaring, and unfortunately, that's what people see. Matty K says we need a steam engine in midfield. No doubt Arsenal will be looking for one in the summer. Summertime. Go on, Willie. Go on, Big Willie. Gosh. Taiwo says Xhaka is more of a problem. We had the chance to sell him. We had the chance to sell him and we didn't. Looking back, would you have sold him for the 12 and moved on? Clean slate? Who do you bring in, though? Who do you replace him with? It's not that easy. I'm not saying he's the answer, but maybe he carries us as part of being... I say carries us loosely. I think you guys know what I mean. Maybe I honestly, the Xhaka thing baffles me. Offered him a new contract, more money. I mean, if you're going to do that with Xhaka, why wouldn't you do that with Laka? You know? Lone Star, don't be careful about daft comments on Lokonga. Don't trigger me. Is that because you disagree or agree? Simi, Sambi and Party make me nervous. I think we put that up. Actually, there's an argument for Party El Neni. Listen, El Neni is not the answer long term, but he can come in and plug holes. But AFCON's going to be a month, guys. 5 weeks. That's a lot of games. A lot of points. You know? And we got to be thinking about that too. Michael says Sambi and Party a good partnership. I hope that Sambi doesn't play the auxiliary left-back role. The closer he is to Party, the better. I think, let's see how they do against Leicester. Right? There's time. It's not November yet. We're still in October. It's November soon, in a few days. But we have time. And maybe there's a plan in place. I hope there's a plan in place. But for now, between now and African Cup of Nations, hopefully this can be the duo. And then if not, we do have El Neni to come in for a game or two. We do have Maitland-Niles. But what I've said about those kinds of players is long-term, week in, week out, they aren't the answer. But coming in and doing a job, they can be the answer. Hence, he filed under the Carabao Cup when I was saying on the show the other night. It's okay for Chambers to come in for a game and do that. Brilliant. But he can't do that every week. And Nketiah, it's okay for him to come in and do that. But we can't rely on these players that we've seen before come in and do that week after week. So that span without Thomas Partey in midfield is going to be critical, and we have to have a solution for that. Right. 280, 300 of you in live chat. If you can please hit that like button and hit that subscribe button, I will be eternally grateful to you. I know El Neni's going too. I get it. He is. He's going to play for his country as well. But I'm talking about even if there's injuries as the season goes on, because fiscally we're challenged, we have to have answers. So AFCON, who's it going to be? Maitland-Niles. Let's say we get an injury. Is it going to be El Neni that comes in for Sambi? How are we going to make that work? We've got a lot of pickles that we need to figure out, you guys, whether it's AFCON, whether it's injuries, and whether it's financially what we can do between now and the summer to make sure that the one goal is that we get back into Europe. And whether that's through a domestic trophy or ending up finishing in the top 6, we have to have European football. That is the key. No one's expecting us to finish top 4. That would be a super surprise, shocking bonus, let's be honest, right? But we can definitely get 6th. There's no reason why in that entanglement with the likes of Everton and Tottenham and Man United and where they're at right now, and who knows what they're going to do in the January transfer window, we can fight for that. We can make that happen. Still in the League Cup, still in the FA Cup, right? So it's going to be the Premier League places and everything from January until May. That's the key. That is going to be the key. The Euros come at a time when no one's playing. It doesn't affect your points, your places, your prizes. African Cup of Nations does. And we lose key players and 2 very important players at best. So we've got to plan for that. And if we don't, shame on us, because we're on a roll and it feels like right now losing those players will be really, really difficult. Right. That is all we've got. It's 55 minutes in on a Friday night. What are you guys doing for the rest of your weekend? Let me tell you. Who's in the house? Danny. That's got to be Danny. Is that Danny, a Burkout Wonderland Danny? Or is that another Danny? Yep, that's what I was saying. Oba and Party. But Virginia, Oba's coming into himself, right? And Party is definitely too important for us to lose. Man United are done. 4th is available. Imagine us in the chat. Okay, that's why someone said Danny's drinking again. As I said, you know, it's possible, but maybe improbable. Who knows? If you want more Arsenal talk after this show, be sure to head over to the Bearded Gooner. Tanner and Ryan will keep the Arsenal talk going. Please join them. They're super fun. Like Danny, they've probably had a couple drinks, although I don't think Danny drinks, you know, to be honest with you. Let's see. Bearded Gooner's here. Late to party, so apologies. Hello, Squaddies. No worries. We're sending everyone your way, Bearded Gooner. Thank you very much, Mr. Bungle. You guys are awesome. Here's the note. There you go. Go join the guys, Beards and Cannons. They'll keep the Arsenal chat going for you this evening. I knew Danny didn't drink. He's just high on life. And also probably Magic Mike. 2 of them together. One of the best duos ever. Right. Speaking of beards, I've got a special one for you guys. I've been talking to my new best friend, Coach Beard. That's right. Me and Coach Beard, besties now. We are going to have him on the show in December. I am just arranging a date and time. He's the super coolest guy ever in the world. And we're going to have him on the show in December. And it's going to be absolutely epic. You will not want to miss that. So make sure, thanks to my good friend Rebecca Lowe, here she is, the host and voice of Premier League in these grand United States. Rebecca, thanks for inviting me to the Fan Fest last weekend. It was amazing. And of course, I got to meet Coach Beard because of that. And he's a gooner. And after that, under that shirt, you guys, he was wearing the Dreamcast shirt. Epic. Absolutely epic. So, yes, I know. She's adorable. Absolutely adorable. He's amazing. Trust me. It's going to be great. Yes. And we should probably have the Bearded Gooner on with Coach Beard, and then we can compare their beards. I think we'll make that happen. Right, that's all I've got time for you, but look out for this, right? We're going to be live on the show after Leicester for our post-game player ratings and comments, so be sure to join us then. We're also going to be premiering the new series with Dan Potts, Get Off the Potsy, this weekend. You won't... Vinny and Vespa got a bit excited about it. You won't want to miss that. Get Off the Potsy premiering on Saturday night as well. And there'll be a brand new episode of Who Are You? Super Kevin Campbell hosting none other than Mr. Danny, who's in chat right now. Danny talking about his love for the club, where it all started. And you won't want to miss that too. So that will be premiering on Sunday. And then another premiere coming this weekend is the 2nd episode of Talented Gooners with our epic friend, Ruth Beck Art. She is amazing. She creates illustrations, cards, posters based on her love for the Arsenal. Her Christmas card collection is out now. If you go to ruthbeckart.com and put in Highbury Squad, you get 20% off. She's got the most amazing stuff and we love her and she's super talented. So please go and support her as well. That's it. That's all I've got time for this evening. I love you guys. It's Dofi time. I'm trying to get this under an hour, but I'm going to go over just by a minute. Thank you so much for all of your support this week. Thank you for listening to the show. The show doesn't exist without you. We'll be back tomorrow, as I said. In the meantime, please do take care of yourselves, love each other, look after each other. Hit the like button on the way out if you hate Tottenham and you're happy that Harry Kane has only scored 1 goal. And up until then, I'll see you tomorrow. Got to get up really early. Pre-game is at 3:30 and then the game is at 4:30. And considering I only had 1 hour's sleep last night, we're going to make this shit happen. At ease. Love you guys. Until tomorrow.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform. Please stand clear of the discussion doors. The next stop is Highbury Squad.